So, my grandma asked me to make her a game. Yep. Okay, explicitly she wants Snake. I don't have to, but I will take you through that journey with me, how I'm making most original game on the world. Snake. Hello there guys, and yes, as you have heard, we are going to make a snake for next few days, hopefully not more than days. In this video, I am going to show you how I would go about analyzing the game, how I will try to look at the game and figure out what elements make that fun, what elements make that interesting, and for that I have decided to choose Snake, because my grandma wanted. So, in the end I will have a new Snake game on Google Play, and you can play it. I guess it will be for free, because I don't wanna take... Well, I can take money from my grandma, that's not a bad idea. Huh? She can pay me for that. We will figure out that later with my accountant. Anyway, Snake. Yeah, let's get to it. So what I have done is to find a snake, which is right in Google. That was a bit of a surprise, but it is. And let's try to play it, because that's the best kind of snake I have found so far. And let's see what it looks like. So you can control it with arrows, etc, etc. Pretty simple. You all know how to play a snake. But let's try to analyze what it actually consists of. First thing you can notice is that every time I change the direction or I move, it makes a sound, which probably stimulates a bit of a dopamine. I can feel it by myself actually. It makes me want to play more, even just when moving that. And it seems like it's using just 2 notes. Let me see. Yeah, you can hear that it's just trying 2 different notes. So what I will definitely try is to include that in the game. So every time it will change direction, it will use one of those notes. Okay, and now when I eat something, it creates sound like I'm eating something, supposedly. I wonder if there is some association with actually eating something and feeling good about that. I don't know about that, I don't really like most of the food. Oh, not important, let's not talk about me, let's talk about that game. So animations are really simplistic, the whole visual setting is really very simplistic. So that's something I will definitely want to copy and stay like an artist or like a game developer. But what's most important, I will definitely make that game more 3D like. So let's see what happens when I hit something. Okay, you have probably seen that you have definitely seen, why did I say probably? You have seen that animation that he stuck his head into it and then it bounced him back. That was actually kind of cute. I liked how he break his head right into the wall. I wonder how I can put it in the game. Okay, so I have played it a few more times and analyzed it a little bit more. So, and I have written for that this VR game design document. You will get used to it. I am just writing design documents in Trello. I would recommend that. It's actually pretty handy. So, this part is basic Snake, when was it originally made for Nokia, and this one is what made it much more interesting right here in Google Play. Let me go quickly through that. So first is that Snake eats balls, get longer with every ball. I should not say Snake eats ball. It's gradually increasing its speed and it dies when it hits something. It also counts the score, saves them, and you try to beat them so you get the best score possible. Now a little bit more stuff that weren't in original game, but now it makes them a little bit more interesting and a little bit easier to play. So it makes sound every time he changes direction. That's what I have already shown you, that he was changing 2 different tones, and I will definitely increase something like that, include something like that. That is something I have noticed later on. There is front part of the snake and it's lighter than the bottom part of the snake, which is much darker. I was thinking that it's maybe in there because it's easier for us to focus on lighter things. So you can really increase on the head of it and don't really bother with the rest of it. So I may do it in my version as well. There are also custom modes. There is another thing I'm thinking about custom modes. For example, there will be some basic mode where you can play just the regular Snoke, not a Snoke, definitely not Star Wars Snoke. Jesus Christ, that was embarrassing. You will have the basic mode, which was same as that original, and then custom mode, where sometimes it will spawn different obstructs, different obstacles, and also different kind of balls. Some of them will change its color, change its speed, etc, etc, etc. It may make the game much more interesting, but we will see. First of all, I will make that basic game, and once that will work, I can try to figure out other stuff, fun stuff to make it more interesting. Another thing I have noticed is that a whole scene shakes when he dies. That's just a little bit interesting. It may look actually pretty good on phone, so I will probably include it, and some weird sound. We will see. And it will be probably controlled by swiping, which means you spawn down, it will go down, swipe up, it will go up, etc, etc, etc. That's pretty much clear. So, okay, that's a basic game design document. Next thing I have done is to go to Google Play and look at actually what games are there and what games are downloaded, what if people care about it. I will do it anyway because my grandma wanted that, but it's good to do some market research before you actually start making game. You should always do that. So first one I have found is this Snake Rivals new make games, which I have no idea how it plays and how it looks like, but this one is something that I will definitely download and see if it actually is interesting. Then there is a lot of just copies. Oh, not that one. I'm actually not sure about that one. I will have to download that too. But there are a lot of copies just from that original retro Nokia, as you can see. And that is interesting, but it's definitely not something I'm going for. There is a lot of different variants of that. And then there are a lot of different versions of Snake.io. Or I don't know what was that original version. It was like a boom in a few years back, but a lot of kids and people played it, and there's tons and tons of copies of that. Doesn't look actually any innovative in any way, but that's not what I'm going for, so I will just delete all of them. Anyway, it's important to know about them, because possibly when I will have it on Google Play, I will be on the same ranking when someone will search for Snake game. Something like that will appear. So I may think about that when I will design icon or something like that. Okay, something I should have said before: there will be no snake. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but I really hate snakes. I don't like snakes at all. So important game design part is no snake. Don't do stuff you don't like. I'll put it on top, just to be sure. I made some little robots that they will be like walking around there and eating that ball every time, and once they eat it, they will like create a new robot behind them. And I would like to stylize it all into cell shading, so something like it's Borderlands and stuff like that. It can look really interesting once I will use these changing colors balls and stuff, a lot of different effects, vignette and stuff like that. That may actually make it really fun. Okay, that's about for this research part of Snake. I should change the name. What will be? How do you wanna call it? Tell me, guys. Go to comments and tell me how do you wanna call that game. Like, if it's not gonna be Snake, and I'm not sure what main protagonist will be yet, so how should that game should be called? So, I would love to hear your opinions. Mechanical Snake? Like Mechanical Orange? Oh, anyway, no, I'm getting distracted. So that's about it from today. I hope you learned something. Sir Fancy out.